Imagine you're doing 70 miles an hour on the highway, traffic all around you. Maybe you're towing a trailer, and without any warning, no light, no sound, nothing, your truck slams itself down into second gear, your rear wheels lock, your truck fishtails, and you have about half a second to react before you lose control completely. That's not a hypothetical. That's exactly what has been happening to nearly 1.4 million Ford F-150 owners since 2015, and Ford knew about it for 18 months before they did anything. If you own a 2015, 2016, or 2017 F-150, do not go anywhere, because your truck may be one of them, and what you're about to hear could save your life. So what exactly is going wrong inside these trucks? It comes down to one small component called the transmission range sensor. Think of it as the part of your truck's brain that tells the engine what gear you're in. Under normal conditions, it works perfectly. But here's the problem. Over years of driving, all that heat from the engine, all that vibration from the road, the electrical connections inside your transmission slowly start to break down. It's not something that happens overnight. It's wear. It's age. It's 10 years of highway miles quietly degrading a component most F-150 owners have never even heard of. And when that connection finally starts to fail, it sends a false signal to your powertrain control module, essentially your truck's computer. And your truck's computer does exactly what it's programmed to do with that signal. It downshifts, hard, from sixth gear straight to second, in a fraction of a second, at whatever speed you happen to be going. This is why newer F-150s aren't affected. This isn't a factory defect you'd catch on day one. This is a time bomb. And for 1.4 million trucks built between 2014 and 2017, that clock has been running for over 10 years. Now here's where this story goes from scary to infuriating. Ford didn't just discover this problem last week. The paper trail goes back to October 2024, when the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration handed Ford a stack of owner complaints describing exactly what we just talked about. Drivers reporting sudden, uncontrolled downshifts, rear wheels locking up, near misses on the highway. Ford opened an internal investigation that same day. They ran track evaluations. They tested trucks on wet roads. They tested trucks under tow load. They knew exactly how dangerous this was. And then they waited. Months passed. By March 2025, NHTSA had seen enough and opened a federal investigation of their own. Ford kept investigating. More months passed. January 2026, NHTSA escalated it to a full engineering analysis and handed Ford even more owner complaints. It wasn't until April 7th of this year, 18 months after Ford first received those complaints, that they finally approved the recall. In that 18 months, Ford logged 444 warranty claims, 121 field reports, and over 300 owner questionnaires. 2 people were injured. There was at least 1 accident. The trucks were still on the road, all 1.4 million of them. So what does this actually feel like when it happens? Drivers who experienced this described it as their truck being yanked backwards by an invisible force. One second you're cruising at highway speed, the next your engine is screaming, your rear end is stepping out, and every car behind you is now a threat. And it gets worse in 2 specific situations. If you're driving on a wet road, rain, snow, anything slick, the rear wheel lockup is far more severe. Your truck has less grip to begin with, and a sudden forced downshift at speed can send you sideways before you even process what happened. If you're towing a trailer, the physics get even uglier. A trailer adds momentum behind you that doesn't stop just because your wheels did. That dramatically increases your risk of losing control of the trailer on a highway with no warning. Now the good news, some trucks will give you a warning before this happens. A wrench light on your dashboard. That's your transmission range sensor connection starting to fail. If you own a 2015, 2016, or 2017 F-150 and that wrench light has ever come on, that is not something to ignore. That is your truck telling you the failure has already started. But here's the part that should concern every single F-150 owner in those model years. Not all trucks show that warning. For some drivers, there is no light, no sound, nothing. Just the road coming at you sideways. So here's what you need to do right now. First, check if your truck is affected. Go to nhtsa.gov/recalls, enter your VIN, and it will tell you immediately whether your specific truck is part of this recall. You can also call Ford directly at 1-866-436-7332. Takes 2 minutes. Do it today. If your truck is on the list, Ford is required to fix this at no cost to you. The repair is a software update to your powertrain control module, your truck's computer. Dealers will reprogram it with a revised calibration that gives the system more time to detect a failing sensor before it commands a downshift. No parts, no major labor, just a software update. If your truck previously triggered that wrench light we talked about, dealers will also replace the transmission lead frame itself, also at no charge. Interim notification letters go out to affected owners starting April 27th, but don't wait for a letter. Check your VIN today. Now, if you drive a 2015, 2016, or 2017 F-150 and you've ever felt an unexplained jolt or sudden deceleration while driving, especially on the highway, especially in the rain, especially while towing, that was not your imagination. Get it checked. Ford's been America's best-selling truck for over 40 years, but 1.4 million of them have been rolling down American highways with a defect that Ford knew about for 18 months. Now you know too. If this video helped you or someone you know owns one of these trucks, share this. It might be the most important thing you do today.